Okay, so now we are getting into adding and subtracting rational expressions with different denominators. So this is just going to take more work, more time, more patience from you to do this, especially with rational expressions. So um, I want to remind you what we do with regular fractions. So when we have different denominators, that very first thing that we want to do is we want to um, find the LCM of the denominators, which we call the LCD, the least common denominator. And then we want to multiply by a convenient one. So we've heard that phrase before. I talked about it in 5.1 and I've talked about it in our regular class meetings before. So we're going to multiply by a convenient one. Now this convenient one is made from taking your factors that each of those denominators is missing to look like the LCD. So made from factors missing from the least common denominator. For each fraction. And it's a fraction that we call it a rational expression. So we want, what we're trying to do here with step number 2 is we want to make all the denominators, I can't spell denominators, match the LCD, which is the least common multiple of the denominators or the least common denominators. So we're going to make all the denominators match the LCD. But the way that we have to do that is with multiplication. We can't add, we can't subtract because we're already adding and subtracting. So we do that by multiplying. So we change those denominators by multiplication, but because we are trying to keep equivalent expressions, that's why we have to multiply by the convenient one, because we will multiply top and bottom by those missing factors. And then the third step is then you can add or subtract your rational expressions like they have the same denominator, because after step 2 they will have the same denominator. And then step 4, if we can simplify, we do simplify, but we're very careful there. Very, very careful with that simplify step. We're looking for common factors to simplify, not common terms. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, and then we'll pick up with an example in the next video.